It is the Riot Podcast. Welcome to Thursday edition.
Yep.
We've made it this far. We kind of were hoping it was Friday when we woke up today. It's not.
Maybe we could just focus on we've made it this far.
Yep.
And just one more podcast for the week.
Another day in the books. We're making it through.
So, Isaiah, what did you think we should feature the most from this podcast today?
Well, it almost comes up in every single show, every single day, is somehow we work
Don't say that.
We work in hot dogs at least once. And today
there's more hot dog stuff.
it's National Mustard Day.
It is.
Yeah. Well, Saturday is
Saturday.
National
Saturday,
Mustard. Yeah,
yes.
but
So
we're
celebrating.
preparing.
We're prepping.
We don't want to be caught with our pants down on National Mustard Day.
No, wait, do we really talk about hot dogs every day?
We did yesterday.
I don't think we did before that.
Isaiah went to National Diamond Dog Night. He went to the Diamond Dog Night at the baseball
and it's
stadium.
true. Isaiah's new to RadioU, so maybe since you came here.
Yeah.
But okay, remind us tomorrow to not talk about hot dogs.
Oh no, I'm going to find a reason to bring it up.
You want to keep it going?
Yeah, well, we should even make
See
it
how
a
many
real
shows
segment.
we can.
Yeah, another little test for us.
Well, we talk about the special hot dog buns that are available that you can learn more about if you can find them in your area.
Yes.
We also do like a food tasting, a little food fight with some cupcakes that were good.
Just good.
They were
it's
good.
It's okay. Just good. We do a Riot food fight with the Hostess Sunday cupcakes.
Yes. Do they actually taste like sundaes? That's what you'll find out when you get to hear the taste test.
Mm-hmm.
You also hear about TikTok and how they're kind of pretty much doing what every single social media is doing right now.
Yeah, so TikTok is getting in on stories just like
Yeah.
everywhere else. I knew stories was dead when LinkedIn added stories.
Yes.
That's when you know it's gone too far.
Yeah, now
And
everybody does it.
except Twitter. The sad thing is Twitter is
They have their own version.
They tried
Yeah.
and it's gone.
They quit.
Closed it on Monday.
I forget its name was. Fleets.
Yes.
And nobody used it until the last day to make fun of it.
Now you don't have it anymore.
Yeah. I didn't even know how to access Fleets.
Me either.
When you would hit the plus sign to make a post.
What plus sign?
Well, if you're on the Twitter app, you could.
I don't have the app.
Okay, well then never
What?
mind. How are you tweeting?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't have the app, a desktop only.
I have it on the desktop, and I just use the Twitter website on my phone.
I
on
don't
Chrome.
understand you in social media.
What do you
know
mean?
that? You don't have Instagram.
Yeah.
You're doing that with Twitter. Twitter, who's even tweeting?
I don't want Twitter. Why don't I have too many apps? Why do I need an app for
don't.
Twitter
You have
when
plenty of room.
it works perfectly fine in Google Chrome, and then they don't send me notifications, which I don't need.
I feel like it's a deeper issue about phone security and you just don't want to.
You got to dial back. It helps you not to be addicted.
It may be.
Yeah. So
You're so not addicted that you don't have any of the fun ones.
you're right, and I have TikTok, and I don't even go on.
You
there
don't even
now.
do
Oh, my
I,
goodness.
I can't. I'm glad you're here, Isaiah, because sometimes it's frustrating and I need someone else here.
You guys are too online.
We're too plugged in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on.
We have the Twitter app. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why are you guys so?
Why don't you just send us to get help right now? Especially on Twitter, because again, none of us are tweeting too often.
Do you know why the Twitter Fleets failed? Is because I couldn't access it on my
you could have made it
mobile
actually
version.
happen.
And so I didn't even, there's millions like me that don't want to use the app, so they didn't even know how to get to it.
Well, they don't want to do the app or the web browser. They don't want to do any of it. So enjoy the podcast for today. Say hi, text 877 to RadioU. Enjoy the whole podcast. Get to all the way to the end. And make sure you rate the podcast, subscribe, and share, and let others know that they should check out the podcast too.
Of course, we want to hear from you.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy. It is the Riot.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot Podcast.
So we were talking football, and I wanted to bring this up to see if you're impressed by this, Nikki.
What is it?
The Detroit Lions have a new football coach.
Yeah.
His name is Dan Campbell.
Nice.
When he started, just a little backstory, he's like a real meathead type football guy. Like now the thing is for coaches, they're whiz kids, they're analytically driven and stuff like that. But Dan Campbell in his opening press conference was like, we got to come in here and bite people's kneecaps off or whatever.
Little old school style.
Yeah, right. So in his, he recently revealed his morning coffee routine for when he comes into the office.
Yeah.
It is 2 venti at Starbucks Pike with 2 shots of espresso each every day.
Well, I think that's why he wants to take off kneecaps, because that feels like that's that rush of emotion.
Yeah,
when you're just amped up from a little bit too much caffeine. I feel like that feels like too much.
It feels like a lot.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
And that's just coffee. Like, that's not. Does he have afternoon coffee? Does he have
you don't even know.
Bang? Like, what does he do? I feel like that's not his only stuff.
Yeah, you're probably right. He starts with the 2, and the thing is, if he gets 2. How fast is he drinking? Because you would think it would get cold after a little bit.
Well, if he has such an intense personality, I doubt he's sipping it throughout the morning.
Right.
So
you think he's just like...
He probably slams them.
Double fisting Starbucks.
Then he's ready to
start
go.
the day. I just... at first, I thought that seemed like a lot. He's probably... it's hard to tell, but I think since he's a football guy, he's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Like bigger than I am, for sure. And I wouldn't do that. 2 venti with 2 espresso shots each. But I don't know if it's a lot or not.
Well, you don't have the weight of you just have the show on your shoulders. You don't have the NFL football team.
That's right. All
That's
the pressure.
a lot.
It's a lot of pressure. But I also thought it was interesting. You wouldn't expect meathead football coach to just be going Starbucks. I guess that's just,
Maybe that's just what they get him. He's not getting himself.
Nah, I don't know. Do you think?
He probably has a person.
He's, he's meathead football coach.
What's that?
He's meathead football coach. He's a man of the people.
Why are you even calling him meathead?
He doesn't have an assistant that runs around.
He does.
No.
Every football coach probably has like 5 or 6 people that are like, don't do that. Pull you back. Do that. Come on over here.
I think he's like, I'll do it myself. I'm a man. That's how I view him.
Because your new term is meatball. Which makes me really want a meatball sub today.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but that's all that I thought about.
We should start with that.
With some coffee.
Yeah. But don't you think, I just thought a big football guy, I wouldn't expect him to be doing Starbucks. I feel like that's a little...
Maybe that's a proud sponsor of the Detroit Lions.
That could be it. That could be. I just picture him drinking Folgers out of a cauldron instead of,
a cauldron.
He's too good.
What goes through your head on what you think people do?
I guess I just have a real view of
So he's not a Yeti person. He's a cauldron person?
Yeah, I don't... Well, Yeti might fit.
If not, he just has a bring your own bucket.
That's yeah.
And he just puts his stuff in there.
I don't know. I guess there's a difference between football guy and a guy that's out camping, and so he's making his coffee over a fire. I don't think that exactly
he's
what Dan Campbell is. Yeah, he's not that, but I just thought Starbucks might be a little too, I don't know.
Not him.
Fancy, a little too.
Remind me to never have you describe me to anybody, because your descriptions of people are rough.
What? What's wrong with...
I don't want to know.
Was it offensive?
I don't know if it is or not.
Is he going to come bite my kneecaps?
Yeah, you're saying meatballs, you're hitting Starbucks, you're just a cauldron, a bucket. It's a lot coming from over there.
I respect him. I think if he's drinking...
you're not showing it.
If he's drinking Folgers out of a cauldron, that means he's tough.
I guess.
And I just don't know if Starbucks is as tough as I would expect for him to be drinking.
Good for him.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, did you see the picture going around the last day or so of the real life SpongeBob and Patrick?
I did. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so wrong, but it's so cute.
Yeah, it's
this orange. It's the little orange looking starfish, and then a big yellow sponge.
Yeah, they found it in off the coast of New England.
Yeah.
July 27th is when the picture was snapped by scientists controlling a remotely operated vehicle.
Oh, and I kind of wish it would have been someone in person just realizing,
just diving
right in front of it.
Yeah. But I want to know if they because it doesn't specify if the scientists themselves were, when they were out with their remotely operated vehicle.
Oh, if they
did
noticed?
they know that? Were they just taking a picture of this because it was interesting, or did one of the scientists go, "Hey, that looks like SpongeBob and Patrick"?
They said they shared the image of the pair on a Facebook live stream, and they immediately noticed the resemblance with SpongeBob and SquarePants. And they say they normally they avoid the references.
Yeah.
But they said it was so much like real life SpongeBob and Patrick that they did something with it. So they got the screen grab and then shared that.
You can't help it. Who was watching a Facebook Live of scientists?
Other scientists.
Just like, I guess so. But of
it
course,
was only up to them to notice because there was probably not as many people, or maybe a lot of people like to watch, live streams of the Explorer that was out there.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
The thing off the coast of New England.
It's possible. It just seems like it would be a lot of not interesting stuff between a lot of the boat
Filler.
or the submarine thing just like zipping around without seeing anything.
But that's why you watch, because you want to see a shark or real life SpongeBob and SquarePants.
Who could even predict that? But the funny thing is, or the thing that drives me crazy is they can't just leave it at that.
Why?
It can't just be SpongeBob and Patrick hanging out in real life. They have to specify, unfortunately, the comparisons with the cartoon characters and with their appearance, because in real life, the two creatures are basically enemies.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, it says...
Well, that's why the cartoon teaches us something.
The species of starfish has been observed feeding on sponges like that, and so that's probably what happened as soon as it got off camera.
Oh, Sponge is like missing half its body.
Yeah, SpongeBob is he's got only one eye, and he doesn't have square pants anymore because Patrick ate him. That's what it would be if SpongeBob was real life.
That's why the starfish was so close to the sponge.
He was inching. He was almost there.
That's interesting.
To a nice meal. I just don't know. Why does the news have to ruin it? It could have just been a cute story, and instead they're like, guess what? It's actually death.
That part was so far down at the bottom. No one reads stories except for us. No one reads that far down.
Yeah,
so they're just still stuck.
It's in the headline, though.
It's not.
It is.
No,
Real life SpongeBob and Patrick found side by side on seafloor, but they likely don't get along. Can't we just not?
That's different than, hey, Patrick was eating SpongeBob. That's way different than that part down there.
Either way, why can't it let's just have it be a nice thing. Everybody can just observe SpongeBob and Patrick in real life and be like, hey, the show isn't so made up after all.
I'm sorry, Hudson.
Cute?
The oceans, it's a jungle in the ocean. It's tough down there.
Yeah, but we don't need to think. Don't you not want to think about that? Let's think about happy things.
Oh, I'm not
We got enough stuff to be concerned about, to be upset about,
honestly,
to be sad about.
I went through a point where I liked SpongeBob and SquarePants, but
I'm still in that point.
I didn't watch it going, boy, this is like real life.
No,
I
didn't either.
don't think it's like the real ocean at all.
No,
so I'm not thinking about the death part of it.
Okay, fine. But I just think when we see a little cutesy, this would be like if they posted a dog reunited with their owner after 5 years when she thought the dog was missing, and then later in the story it's like, and then the dog died.
No, it'd be
we don't need
and
to
then
know
he
that.
ate her.
Yeah, we don't need to know that. It ruins the story. It ruins the cuteness, and it's supposed to be a puff piece. It's supposed to make you feel good.
I understand what you're saying. I do understand.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Well, we wouldn't want to miss this. National Mustard Day.
Oh, is that today? Or
it's coming up on Saturday.
Hey, we have a little pre-notice.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't want to miss out, so we got to plan our activities appropriately. Do you have anything in mind?
I go through phases. I don't know if anybody else is like this, where I like mustard, then I don't. And then like mustard, like I'm a child.
What about honey mustard? Do you always?
Oh, now that's an always thing.
That can fit in on National Mustard Day.
That with some chicken fingers or some nuggets. Yep. That's good any day. That doesn't need a holiday.
That every day is a holiday when you have honey mustard.
And I really like Costco sometimes has the Sweet Baby Ray's?
Yeah.
They normally have the barbecue sauce, but they also have a honey mustard.
Ooh,
it's not there all the time.
Sweet Baby Ray's knows how to make a sauce.
And that'll do.
Yes.
That'll do, mustard. That'll do.
French's would like you to also include them in the National Mustard Day discussion.
For Saturday?
Yes, because you may remember they have come up with some interesting products for previous mustard days. They had mustard ice cream in 2019. And last year they did mustard beer.
Oh, I'm sorry, French's. I don't recall any of that.
Yeah, the ice cream sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, I'm just confusing you with the Kraft mac and cheese one, so I don't remember the mustard ice cream.
Well, this one actually sounds like it'd be more appealing to more people.
Yeah.
They're doing mustard hot dog buns.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, isn't it?
Why don't we have that?
Just add it right into the bun. Why not? It just makes sense. It's less messy. And you get your mustard flavor. So they are doing this. The unfortunate news is that it's not just going to be available in stores. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to go to a specific place if you want to get these. However,
are they doing pop-up things?
Yeah, they do have a lot of options for it. It's just only in a few major cities. You'll have to go to, on Saturday, either Hot Dog King in New York, The Lodge in Chicago, or Pure Burger in Santa Monica. Or you could go to the Yankees game on Saturday at Yankee Stadium or the Orioles game at Camden Yards. And next Saturday, if you miss out on all of that, you could travel to Boston, go to Fenway Park at the Best Sausage Hot Dog Company cart outside of Fenway Park. You get them there.
So I'm a bit confused. They say a free pop-up event.
Okay.
I don't know if that means the hot dog buns are free.
I don't think so.
Well, it would be nice. I mean, they're saying free.
Yeah, I mean, it's free to walk around on the street and walk up to a hot dog cart. Nobody can charge you for that.
I guess that's probably what they mean. But like on Saturday for the baseball games where you can get them, you can try the buns with the purchase of a stadium concession hot dog, which you'd get a bun anyways.
Right. But it's not a mustard bun.
It's a premium bun. That's a good idea. Isn't it hot dogs? Like some people are real anti-ketchup on hot dogs.
Yeah, you know what it is? That's Chicago. That's a Chicago thing.
Is it? Because I was going to say a ketchup hot dog bun sounds good idea too.
I think so too.
That's not bad.
Ooh, here we go. How about you get a bun that is mustard on one side, ketchup on the other. You get all the flavors all in one.
I think it's wonderful.
Yep.
This needs to move into something that we could get in our real life.
Now, here's really taking it to the next level. You get a corn dog. You put mustard in the batter. What do you think about that, eh?
I like that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That is good.
National Mustard Day. Here we come.
We'll take it.
We've got some ideas, French's.
It's Saturday. That's National Mustard Day.
Yeah.
And French's does things every year, which we don't recall. But now for this year, we're really on board.
We're going to think about this. This could catch on.
With the mustard hot dog bun.
And French's, if you're not interested, Sweet Baby Ray's, we'll do it for you. We'll catch you up in the mustard game.
Listen, I'll go to another mustard company.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We are free to be bought and sold for mustard.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Man, I didn't know that this week was so stacked with stuff going on. But we have National Mustard Day to look forward to.
That's not the strong one to start off with.
We have the NFL preseason kicking off tonight.
That's the bigger one.
We have ESPN 8, the Ocho Day. And it's not just this year, the Ocho Day. It's they've been doing it all week, and I guess we've been missing out.
So they do an Ocho Day on the 8th?
I don't know.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
So, yeah, they do it. They do this every year where they do at least 24 hours of the odd sports that you might find in obscure sports quarterly.
Sure.
And they just air a whole bunch because, for ESPN at this time of year, it is a slower time.
Yeah.
All there is that's actually happening is baseball. And
are you saying, or Isaiah and Hudson, are you saying there's not a lot to that?
Yeah.
That's the boring time?
Yes. Yeah, it's not exactly exciting and not a lot to cover, so they need to fill time. And so they found a little gimmick to get in on it.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah. Are you planning on watching, Isaiah?
I'm going to try to catch as many as I possibly can.
Oh,
because they all, if you look down, they have a list of all the things airing. Last night, you could have saw the American E-Kart Championship and dodge juggle. I have no idea what that is.
I think that's tonight, right? Because it's Thursday.
Oh, yeah, that's tonight. Yeah, today's Thursday.
There's still a chance to watch.
You can watch dodge juggle.
You can catch dodge juggle tonight. And then tomorrow, I mean, it's the entire day starting at 2 a.m.
24 hours.
Wait. So tomorrow morning at 2 a.m., what's slippery stairs? Is that people falling downstairs?
Pretty sure it's exactly what it sounds like.
Come on, ESPN. What's this Ocho stuff?
That's obscure sports.
It is. Okay, so the jelly marble runs, is that what we saw at the beginning of the pandemic when there was no other stuff and it's the marbles going through the cores?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That stuff's really fun to watch.
I like the guy on TikTok. He's British, I think, and he does the commentary.
I've seen those.
I love those. Yes.
You think you're not going to get into it, and then you're like, wait, it's still competition.
Yeah.
And you're like, which marble's going to win? I love that stuff. Not that I'm going to watch it, but maybe.
Well, you can just watch it on TikTok after.
That's all I need.
What else is there? The Air Hockey Invitational.
Yep.
The Rototiller races. Yes.
So at first I didn't think anything sounded fun. Now it actually does.
The one that the Mullet Championships, that's got to be riveting television.
That's like on the prime time too.
Yeah,
it's in that
so
good
it must be one of the
5:30
better
spot.
choices.
There's capping off tomorrow night's choices are World Chase Tag.
Okay.
It's a big tag tournament. I guess it's 7 p.m. tomorrow. And then at 9 o'clock, it is the Cornhole World Championship.
But see, that almost doesn't feel obscure enough because I've seen.
Yes, it does.
I've seen it live too.
If you
It
walk into
does.
Buffalo Wild Wings at the right time of day, they will have cornhole on TV.
That's a small amount of people right there. You're saying that like, well, who doesn't? That's a small amount.
And it's funny to watch and I'm sure you'll find this with a lot of these sports. If you do see cornhole on TV, and the guys are actually into it. They're wearing like actual uniforms that have sponsors all over it. They're wearing like sports goggles. They're totally into it. They're taking it real seriously. So I don't know if that makes you as a fan. Well, that's a strong word. Does that make you as a viewer take it more seriously as well, or does it make it more comical?
I don't know. So tomorrow you'll have to put on your sitting in front of the TV cap if that's not something we normally do.
Yeah.
But ESPN.
Well, first we'd have to have ESPN
I know.
to be able to watch it live.
Does anybody have ESPN in the room? Do we?
Of course.
You do?
Is it part of your Disney Plus bundle?
It is not.
Oh, but
It's
you don't have
not
ESPN.
ESPN.
You have
Wait.
cable?
What? I have a YouTube TV.
You do?
Oh,
wait. Do
wait.
you or does your mom and dad?
Mom and Dad.
Oh, man. That's not fair.
Still, I feel a little misled though because you said the only streaming service you have is Disney Plus.
It's not a streaming service though because it's just like live TV. It's
But
what it is.
You still stream it.
I guess you stream it, but it's not a true
and you watch
streaming
stuff on it,
service.
do you?
I do. I watch live TV on it. It's really good for sports. Is what it's good for.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my gosh. All right. There's holes in the story.
You're going to need to report back to us. We want you to start at midnight tonight and continue all the way through a marathon.
I can't wait. You know, for some people, this is probably like the best day ever because their favorite things on TV.
Because they're actually on TV for once.
Yeah, someone's been waiting for like the professional arm wrestling championship at 4:30 a.m. the entire year.
They DVR that.
Yeah, they're ready.
They probably, you know who is watching this stuff? The people who bet on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's who's watching the Ocho.
Are you saying the gambling problem?
Yeah, you need some kind of action. And again, baseball's the only thing going on right now. You need something. So
You need the marble
Corgi
rolling.
races are perfect for you.
I'd actually watch that one.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
This story, I just love it so much. I love science. I love nature.
You like finding out how tough it is.
Yeah, how we wouldn't make it if we were in the Great White North,
Well,
like
that's
the
true.
actual Great White North, not Ontario, not Toronto,
Not
but
lower
if we were
Great White North.
If we were up in Nunavut in Canada, where we'd have to contend with polar bears, we wouldn't make it because there's new research out that suggests that polar bears make use of ice blocks and boulders to bludgeon walruses to death.
To like kill them to then eat them?
Yep.
Or just for fun? Or what are we doing there?
Well, probably, I think just to eat them. That would be a whole nother level if they're just killing for sport.
I'm not too surprised because polar bears, as much as I love them, I mean, they're my favorite bear. And I would love to see one outside of like the zoo. I want to see one in the wild.
Oh, you could do that.
I know. I want to do one of those.
You got to do your Canadian trip to whatever the bay
Churchill?
is. Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Churchill in Manitoba.
You can take the tundra buggies. I've looked.
Oh, yeah?
I've looked a lot.
I don't know if there's a lot else to do there, but...
Oh, no, I expect that's all you're doing. Yeah. And I don't expect accommodations to be as, like if it was a warm area. But for polar bears, I assume they're mean, and I assume they kill in a really tough way. But this is kind of fascinating to see that they would be so intelligent to... bludgeon something. Like they show them throwing like things from up at the top
like off of a cliff,
and then throwing this item onto the walrus down below and being able to kill it that way. Like they're that smart.
That is unfortunately, and maybe somebody can find video of this, but there's not video that we have. And because this has been a controversial thing for a long time. Apparently, Inuit hunters, which are up in the Great White North of Canada, in Nunavut and areas such as that, they have relayed accounts for years that they have seen polar bears using tools, using giant rocks, boulders to smash walruses as prey, but nobody has really believed them or looked too seriously into it. But then recently, a polar bear at a zoo in Japan was seen using a tool to obtain suspended meat.
So they think that maybe it is possible?
That's what started a Canadian researcher named Ian Sterling at the University of Alberta. That's what got him started looking into it further. And now they're starting to think, that if an Inuit hunter tells you that they've seen polar bears using boulders as weapons, you better believe them. Yeah.
Well, I've landed onto the polar bear TikTok a few times. And it was popular to show like people that were at the stations in those cold areas.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have to, they'd have several doors they would have to go through because a lot of times if you don't watch and you don't check footage and if you don't go out real slow, like could be polar bears. And they're real intense and they're really trying to eat you.
Yep, they're hungry.
They're hungry. So
and they're losing their ice flows, so they need to be able to, they have to find food elsewhere now.
They will stalk you. They will wait. They will just be very patient. Yep. And so you have to realize like they're very intelligent and you look really delicious.
Yeah,
so
you do.
They'll do what it takes.
And your skull is a lot thinner than a walrus's. They don't even need.
Oh, I know.
They don't even need to bludgeon you.
Listen, and I can't run fast. So like I realized that I would have to be very safe in a tundra buggy if I went there because I would be very easy prey.
Yeah, well, it's concerning if polar bears are learning how to use instruments to weaponize against other creatures. We could be next. They might turn their attention towards us.
I think they knew all along. It's not like they're learning.
Yeah.
But this bear in Japan wasn't supposed to show it. It's like a polar bear secret.
There's no fresh by date because it was spoiled when they made it. Worst of the Riot, RadioU.
Hey, Isaiah, we didn't ask, are you comfortable with eating on the show?
I think I have to be. I don't really know if that's a yes or no kind of question.
Yeah.
Yes, I am comfortable.
I don't know if you needed to monitor your health or anything.
You should have asked that beforehand.
What better time than now?
Well, I guess it's more like, are you uncomfortable eating for everybody to hear you eat?
No, I prefer people to hear me eat, actually.
Do you have dietary restrictions?
Oh, yeah,
No.
good call.
You're not allergic to anything?
Nothing.
Oh, good.
All right, well, welcome to the world of eating.
Yep, this
Isaiah,
is your
our
real
producer.
initiation to the Riot.
We are going to try the Hostess limited edition Sunday cupcakes. Yeah, works tough. It is. So we're going to try those and let you guys know what we think.
Yeah, we've got so much food to get through here.
They smell good.
We're just going to have to start randomly throwing in these food fights every once in a while.
So basically it looks like a normal Hostess cupcake, but it's got sprinkles on, like those little... sprinkle
Jimmies.
things.
Some people call them Jimmies.
That sort of thing. That's it. And it's a limited edition Sunday flavor, frosted chocolate with a creamy filling.
They really do smell good.
But they always do.
Yeah. Let's see how good this is.
But they feel so pre-made like years ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
Very artificial.
Yes.
That's the only problem I have with these things.
I'm getting sprinkles everywhere.
We're going to have to clean after this. So do you get a sundae sort of taste? I guess it'd be like a chocolate sauce. What do you think?
They have perfectly captured the flavor of a cupcake with this. And there's also sprinkles on it. It's good. I mean, it's a cupcake.
But
it tastes good.
Yeah.
Is it a sundae cupcake?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It really does seem like they're trying to pull one on us, aren't they?
You know, we're going to need to just get the regular cupcakes and compare them side by side. It's the only way.
That's what I was thinking.
What makes it a sundae cupcake? Is it just these
Just the
sprinkles?
It has to be.
You think so? That's so... Wait a minute.
Do they all have this filling? Is the filling in all of them? Because if so...
I think so.
Then it's just the sprinkles. It has to be just the sprinkles.
It just tastes like a cupcake. But it's good.
It's good.
But see, on the picture, it shows you a sundae with whipped cream and the sprinkles and the hot fudge sauce.
Does it taste like that to you?
Unless they're baking it into the cupcake part. I don't know where else it would be.
I think it's just a Hostess cupcake with sprinkles.
And also
they just put a different picture on the box.
They say product enlarged to show details. That is not how large it is. Well, that's a little... I mean, they're still good. It's just a chocolate cupcake, but it's not far off from a normal one.
Yeah.
But I get a hint of what I feel is the chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm tasting it somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
I almost thought it had like a cookies and cream type flavor to it. You know, like the cream. Maybe that's the cream, the whipped cream,
the cream filling.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Well, and people are like, I would love to have one. Why didn't you guys like it more? Why aren't you thankful and grateful?
Great.
It's good. The filling's actually really good. And I don't even typically like filling. Yeah. But the filling's good.
Yeah. The filling, if you just gave me one of these and it didn't have the preamble of it's supposed to be a ice cream sundae,
yeah, you wouldn't.
I'd be totally happy. And I am still totally happy. I just don't think there's anything particularly hot fudge sundae-ish
now they don't.
about it.
Now hang on. No one said hot fudge.
Okay, I don't think
they just said as generic as.
I was about to say, what does sundae even mean?
Sundae,
like, what is? It's just a sundae cupcake.
It can be a lot of things. A sundae can.
Well, I give it it's okay. It's all right.
I give it a
night
thumbs
bird.
up.
One night bird.
One night bird.
It's okay. I give it one of that. That's my rating scale.
I give it a thumbs up. I give it 2 it's okays. I give it night bird and death therapy.
Death therapy, it's okay. All right, Isaiah, what do you think?
I think it's good, but it just isn't what it's supposed to be good.
Yeah. We're getting too much of that. They think all these companies think they can just trick us by putting a picture on the box.
Well, we bought it. They don't care if
they
we
did.
like
They
it.
won. They won.
And we're eating it and we're enjoying it. It's not what we thought it was going to be.
And we're going to eat another one later. We know how it is. We're weak.
We need to file a petition with the Better Business Bureau. This is false advertising is what this is.
Well, that's the Hostess Sundae cupcakes. They are limited edition. We just don't know how Sunday they actually are.
Yeah.
Think of it as athleisure for your ears. Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know, Nikki, are you on TikTok more than any other? Like, do you think you use TikTok more than Instagram?
I use Instagram way more, but I watch TikToks. Yeah.
Are you always using the Instagram stories?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Well, now
because you have to have a balance. You know, you don't want to post too often, so you can post all you want on your stories.
Now you can start using TikTok stories. You can finally start posting on TikTok.
I feel like I'm not creative enough to post on TikTok.
What do you mean? You can.
I can't.
This is the same thing you told me when I used to use TikTok and post on there, and you said you can just post the same thing from TikTok onto Instagram. That's what you told me.
I was trying to be supportive to you.
I'm trying to support you now.
I don't want to.
In
I've only
building
done one
your TikTok brand.
No, I love just watching other people have their brand built already.
Other people will love watching your stories.
Maybe you will.
You're already making the content for Instagram. Just send it all everywhere.
But most of my Instagram stories are just pictures.
Okay.
So
there's nothing wrong with that on TikTok.
Nothing saying no to that.
TikTok is they're testing stories. They want you to do what you're doing on Instagram and copy it and put it on TikTok.
I guess you can.
And maybe stop putting it on Instagram and just only put it on TikTok.
See, I enjoy stories on Instagram more, and then obviously it feeds to just Facebook, but I like that feature more and more. So for TikTok, they are getting in on you being able to do the same exact thing that you've done with stories on Facebook and Instagram.
With Instagram, with the stories, obviously I don't have my own account, But on the RadioU account, I post on the stories.
RadioU official.
Yep, at RadioU official on Instagram. Every so often, I post on our Instagram stories.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to view anybody else's story.
Well, if you're
So I
following
don't look at them.
someone,
Well,
if
are
not,
we following anybody on RadioU or no?
well, me and Isaiah.
Oh, well then how come I never see your stories?
I don't know if you're looking at the right time.
I guess I must not be.
Stop pressuring.
I just figured you always had a story.
Not always going,
No?
but most of the time.
Sometimes you have a story to tell. Sometimes
Sometimes there's nothing going on.
there's just nothing to say.
Well, make sure you follow us at RadioU official on Instagram, and that's also where our TikTok is. And you guys get what you get.
Yeah, have we haven't updated the TikTok in a while, probably.
Shh, don't notice it. Shh.
Well, we're gonna start adding Nikki's stories onto our TikTok. So.
If you guys want to see my dogs and my new cat, then you're welcome to join us.
Hey, there you go. There you go. That's at RadioU official. Follow us there and look forward to getting stories on TikTok, just like on every other service out there.
I know, but it's going to work the same way. They disappear after the 24
Yep,
hours.
they're just going to copy it directly from Instagram.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I hate to do this. But there's so much COVID news. And like just everything is COVID again.
So
it feels like it's 2020
We're
all
gonna
over again.
Limit it, but remember, we're just telling you these details,
Yeah.
so no one needs to get mad
Yeah.
or happy.
It's not our fault.
no one even need to worry about that.
Yeah, this is just we're relaying information, and we're gonna make some off-color comments probably, and
That's him.
and that'll be it. So.
And that's all we're promising.
This is the COVID roundup.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. The New York City, they have announced that they are going to require, and other places seem to be working on this as well, requiring vaccines for basically indoor stuff that is more voluntary. Obviously, we know a lot of companies are requiring you to get vaccinated to go to work. But as far as if you want to go to a restaurant as a diner inside, you would have to get vaccinated and have proof of that in New York City.
So it is partially vaccinated.
Yeah.
So you at least have to have a first shot with your vaccination card or use of the app for gym, indoor dining, public indoor activities, and to work at the businesses that require that.
Yeah, I'm seeing some places also like sporting events are going to be requiring. So, but again, it's all stuff that you want to do, but it's not like unless you're working there, it's not necessary for your life. You know, like I guess you don't have to eat inside. you sure probably want to, but
we've all lived with eating outside for so
Yeah.
long. So that's going to be in phase starting August 16th, and then full enforcement, they say September 13th. A lot of the concern was for, especially New York City and then other places.
Yeah.
The restaurant industry has been hurt really hard.
Yeah, of course.
And it's hard for workers who can't legitimately get vaccinated, or for those that are vaccinated, but the people that are coming in who want to partake, who are not, that puts everybody in a very awkward spot as to who has to be the enforcer.
Yeah.
And how will people react towards that poor person who is the enforcer?
Well, because one of the things we've seen a lot of is the people that don't want to show vaccination cards or don't want to wear masks. And if a restaurant wants, like if there's not a local mandate on that, if a restaurant wants to enforce that, they're in a really tough spot because they don't really have, they can tell you that you're trespassing and whatever, but that just leads to a whole fight and they have to call the police and whatever. If it's just a known thing that if you're in this area, you're going to have to get vaccinated if you want to go in certain places.
And if you don't, then you don't go in there.
Yeah, it just takes a lot of pressure off of the business owners who are just trying to keep their businesses open.
Yeah, but you feel bad because they've had so much going on that has hurt businesses that this is another thing that they're not sure they can handle.
Yeah. Then we also have Ohio State, particularly Ohio State University, and a lot of other places are now announcing that they're going to be requiring masks indoors, whether you're vaccinated or not. And I was wondering, would that apply to football when Ohio State starts? But since that's not indoors,
outside,
yes,
I don't know.
you're still allowed to go maskless outdoors.
And guys, you'd be surprised, man. Sometimes when you see the stuff where you're like, they're regulating here, and then you see this whole big party over there, you're like, why is that allowed? What are you doing? And then they enforce it over there. It's hard to to take all of it in. But they say that, yes, it is for indoor things. But when it comes to like college football, man, that's their money.
Yeah.
And so you wonder what all will be their limitations if any schools put that on their big things.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what as the football season goes on, if the virus continues to surge where they feel like they have to put in more restrictions, if that will mean outdoor masks or if it will mean less people at the stadium, or if they're just like, nope, we don't care about that. That the virus is not affecting the football. Either way, the season's going to go on, you know that, but it's going to be interesting to see how they handle all of the other stuff with it.
Sure. So back to New York, $100 incentives for city residents if you get vaccinated. City employees mean you'll have to be required to get vaccinated, or you have to go through weekly testing.
There you go. And I'll end it on some apparently good news. Moderna says their vaccine's still 93% effective after 6 months. So that's good news. You're still safe.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's tough getting up in the morning. We all know that. If we're up this early, you know that getting yourself ready for your day, it's not easy. But I've never had this much difficulty as a guy in China who woke up in a daze trying to get himself ready for his routine, started brushing his teeth, and somehow in his morning stupor, his toothbrush slipped down the back of his throat.
I have a hard time believing these.
I do too. I mean, they've got pictures of the medical procedure happening.
Pictures or just they're showing the toothbrush on like a medical looking cloth?
I mean, yeah, but...
Oh, I guess that's him. Is that him on the table?
Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know about this. But they said that he was just so extra sleepy. And when he was brushing his teeth at the back of his mouth, he accidentally dropped the plastic toothbrush, slipped down his throat. He tried reaching after it. What is this? But exactly. But the slippery plastic handle was too hard, and he only managed to push it down further. And that was 10 days ago, and they had to surgically, they had to have a operation to remove it.
I can't imagine how. I'm with you. I can't imagine how this is possible because of the angle of your throat going down.
I would think you'd have more time to grab it.
Yeah. I guess maybe his hand was too big to reach the fingers far enough back to pull it. I don't know.
I just can't. I don't know. But they had to, they had to remove it the difficult way. There's
something off about this story. There's definitely, I get swallowing some other stuff. You can, it's surprising what you can swallow, I think. But.
Well, no, because I was thinking when you see stories of people during their sleep swallowing their AirPods.
Yeah.
I really have a hard time believing that one.
I don't know why.
Well, why would it be easy to swallow an AirPod while you're sleeping?
I don't know. They say we always swallow spiders while we sleep.
No, not us. We're the exception to that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to us.
You would
no
think
spiders, no AirPods.
You would think you would notice that. You would think you would feel it crawling in your mouth. You would think that and once it got to your throat, it might choke you or something. But
the spider or the toothbrush?
Either.
All of it.
Anything large going down your throat. But the AirPods, to me, that's just like a pill.
Yeah.
And people do pills. People do pretty big pills.
Not AirPods. It's because it's long. Or if it's like the AirPods, like the Pro version.
Yeah. How long are they?
That's long enough. Long enough. But if you sleep with your AirPods,
well,
they say it could be dangerous because of that. And I don't believe that, and I have a hard time with the losing a toothbrush down your throat.
Think about how long of a French fry you could swallow.
I don't.
That you could just let a whole fry slip down your throat. They're pretty long.
No.
Yeah.
So they
but they're also flexible.
Yeah, they said that the person was just so dazed that they had problem with knowing what they were doing, and that was it. They swallowed the toothbrush.
Yeah, it's weird because it does feel like something's wrong about it, but at the same time, usually when you hear stories about people that supposedly they accidentally swallowed something or they accidentally got something somewhere else that they had to get that removed, and then there's always a story behind that. This one, or you could see the kind of nefarious explanations for those. For this one, it's like, well, why? even if it was a mistake and he kind of swallowed it intentionally, like why? Why would you do that? It doesn't make. He was just trying to brush really far down and he can't admit it. I don't know.
Now Don just texted. That's a good reminder. He said SJR because he said he chewed one in his sleep.
He did, but he didn't swallow it.
He didn't swallow it, but he was chewing on one.
Yeah, we all need to. Why are we all sleeping with AirPods?
Well, sometimes you just want to listen to some music while you fall asleep.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.